Hey everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Mount Deurklink. In the last episode I made this suspended swinging coaster called Whiteout, and of course the landscape under it, it's still a bit bare bones. It definitely needs some work. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on in this episode. So yeah, I will make the landscape a bit more smooth and probably also add some more of these cliffs in between. I did already add some of these rock spikes, which the coaster travels around now. I think that's already a nice obstacle for the train to move around. But yeah, the rest of the land here still needs some work. Alright, let's get going with it. Okay, while I was just playing around with these paths here, I discovered that I actually really like having these normal ash footpaths. Well, the way they look when there's when they are not on top of the ground, and then with some river rapids there right under them. So kind of just like I did over here. And I think I will also copy that to this path that goes upwards here, because I think it looks a lot nicer like this. Okay, something that I really like to do is just to make little clumps of trees. It usually looks much better than either spreading your trees out evenly or just making a big mass of trees. Just having little clumps usually looks much better. So that's what I always try to do. You can also see it, for example, here at this coaster. The trees, I just try to, for example, here you have a little group of trees, here's a little group, here's some little groups. So yeah, that way you concentrate them in a few areas, and like I said, that will just usually look much better. Okay, someone in the comments asked for a tutorial on how to do these volcano rocks. Well, I'm not really sure if I'm going to make a tutorial about that anytime soon. But yeah, what I typically do is just take just take one of these pieces, like the corner piece, and then I just copy and paste that everywhere. For example, you can see a lot of the same piece here. The trick is to try and make it look a little bit random. So yeah, you really have to vary the height of these pieces a bit. The annoying thing with copying just one piece is that when you rotate the screen, you'll have to do it all again, because not all of these pieces all look different from different angles. So it might look right from one angle, but then from another angle it might just be just a small piece here in the ground. You'll have to check every angle just to see that it's correct, and if it's not, then you'll have to copy and paste some different pieces on top. Now, the method I used here is a little bit faster, but also a little bit messier. But yeah, as you could see me do here is here I just put entire volcanoes here, and if you hold control while on a certain height, then you can just keep placing them on this height. And with this clearance checks disabled, I could just put them into the wall like this. And then it's just a matter of hiding the pieces that you don't really like. For example, I see some pieces sticking out here. Now let's just see if I can actually select it. And then you can just put a corrupt element on it, or you can delete the entire piece. But yeah, this method is a lot faster. And actually, I think it also looks quite alright. And because don't keep copying pasting the same piece, it actually looks a little bit more random right now. Okay, I actually kind of like the way this looks. I'm just gonna add some more trees here on the edge, just to make the transition from brown to white less sudden. And I think that will already be a big improvement here. Okay, that's sadly all the time I have for today. Now, I think I did quite a lot. So, all the landscaping here is in this area is done. So, I changed the paths here to this darker color. I also put these, made these footpaths visible again on top of these river rapid stairs. I think that looks a lot nicer. I really like the way this looks. And I think it's much nicer than the original river rapids. Actually, I will also do it here immediately. Okay, I got distracted again. So I changed these paths. I just did a few extra. And yeah, besides that, I mostly worked on the landscaping here. I made the landscape under this coaster more smooth where possible. Yeah, there's a lot of landscape to cover because this coaster covers such a big area. And here I also made lots of these cliffs using these volcano pieces, but also some of this brown land and also these normal wall edges for quite a large area. Now, I actually kind of like the method I used here. I simply just put these volcanoes as one piece into the walls here, and it's much faster than just copying and pasting every piece separately. This is much less tedious to do, and it also looks quite good, I think. Now, area here is not finished yet. I will probably come back to it in a later episode where I will just do lots of landscaping. There's gonna be a few of those. But I think in the next episode I can start working on a new ride again. I think it'll be fun to add something new to the park again. Now, it's mostly just this area here in the mountain that needs to be finished. One ride that I still really want is a bobsleigh, but instead of using the single trains, I wanted to use longer trains. Another ride I was thinking of adding was a bob cart. You may not have heard of that, but it's kind of like a motorized bobsleigh. You can find them in several parks. And who knows, maybe I'll think of something else to add. But I think there's enough space at least for a big coaster and possibly some other rides as well. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you again in the next one. See you later.